Hey, this is Chuck at Aquatic Artist, and we are here at this waterfall renovation that we did last year. We finally got a minute to come back and shoot some final photographs, and this baby looks amazing. This beautiful water feature was built at the spring of 2023, and there was an old crappy waterfall here with a small slide, and we took everything out and we started fresh. So big two-tier split waterfall, deluxe slide, and we did these beautiful stone steps to go in with the rope railings. The planes came in nice, so we're very excited. The customer's very happy with what we did, and the kids are really enjoying it. So when you are working and building large water features on an existing pool, the things you got to keep in mind is there are kind of obstacles and obstructions sometimes. And in this particular case, where we wanted to build the water feature, there was an air canister here. So we had to work around it, right? So we did some boulder work in front of it, and then we kind of did some boulder work around this way so that it looks awesome, but we left access so service and the customer can get in here to access that cover. Another restriction that we run across sometimes is the slide, right? When you position the slide, it has to go into the pool with a certain depth of water. It's called a slide envelope. So there needs to be a certain depth of water and a certain clearance in front and left or right. So that's something to keep in mind. This particular slide is 4.5 foot deep. So when we design this and install it, we got to make sure that there's 4.5 foot of water over a certain area. You just can't put the slide anywhere you want. You got to follow the rules for safety. So again, when you're working on renovations, there's always restrictions. You got to bob and weave. You got to be creative and make it look amazing, but you also got to follow and, certain rules and stay out of the way of certain, sort of particular obstructions in the pool. So this one turned out great. It was a bit snug, but we kind of made it work. Now I'm going to show you the pool equipment and what we had to deal with on that. So on the back side of this water feature, you can see the slide right there. Okay, on the back side of this water feature, we decided to use a railroad tie, a pressure treated railroad tie retaining wall on the back side. Now, most of the time we don't do that because it's wood and we're dealing with normal rocks. But in this case, the slide ended there and the pool equipment ended right here, which is about a 4 foot difference. So it was really tight between the back of the slide and the pool equipment. So the reason we use the railroad ties is because they're only 6 inches wide, right? Versus boulders could be 2 feet wide, right? So the boulders would take up too much room. So we decided to do a railroad tie retaining wall to retain the backside so you wouldn't impact the pool equipment. And that worked out well. And what we did in addition to that is, if you see here, all the boulder work that we did on the front and sides, we brought the boulders in front of the railroad tie wall on both sides, right? And then, so therefore from the front and sides, you can't see the railroad ties. You can only see them from the back. So you'll see the work in the front. All you see is boulders in the front and sides, looks super awesome. And then these were trees that were here, and there was more of them. But we took out some of the trees, okay, but we left the trees here and here. So everything kind of frames the railroad tie wall. So it almost looks like it was all done together, but we strategically removed some of the plant material and kept some to kind of hide the equipment. And it came out dynamite. So the stone steps that we did came out amazing, right? We kind of did these 3 foot wide stone steps that kind of carried on a radius all the way up to the slide. And then we did all this cool boulder work on the inside and then created some planting space for these flowers to kind of weep over. And yeah, it looks really awesome when you're able to have these flowers weep into the walkway. They're starting to grow in, it's late summer, so it's looking awesome. The detail work came out amazing. The railings look great. These are our cedar post and rope railings that we used on the outside for safety. On the inside, we didn't need them because we have the rocks. So again, came out awesome.